Welcome back to Adelante Chicago. Well, today we've got one of Chicago's very own hometown girl, and you've likely seen her in some amazing shows, including One Day at a Time on Netflix, which is doing really well. So let's give a big welcome to Justina Machado.
Yes,
how are you? It's so
great,
nice
girl.
to see you.
So good to see you too.
Oh, this is so exciting. You've got so much cool stuff going on.
Yes.
And I want to explain to people that you are from Chicago,
Yeah.
Northwest Side.
That's right.
Went to Lane Tech.
I did go to Lane Tech, right across the street.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So give us your kind of your history of Chicago, what you remember about growing up here.
What I remember about growing up here is that I remember neighborhoods. Neighborhoods thrived. I used to love that. We spent a lot of time on Milwaukee and Levitt because that's where my tia Maria used to live.
Okay.
And so we were always in Bugtown, Milwaukee and Levitt. And I grew up all over the city. I grew up in Lincoln Park to Humboldt Park, everything in between. And I just remember this being an incredible city that I had a great time in. And I learned a lot, and it gave me a good foundation to go off into the world.
Well, we miss you, but we're glad that you're here visiting.
Thank you.
You came to support the Miracle Center, which is a youth performance group here in Chicago that is gaining in popularity, and we're all really happy about that. So we're very grateful that you're supporting the work that they're doing.
And we're grateful that you're supporting it too, because I hear you are a big supporter of the Miracle Center.
Well, they're a wonderful group.
Yeah.
They're a wonderful group. Tell me about that and kind of how you became involved with them and how you're hoping to help.
Well, a few years ago, I sat down to lunch with Mary Santana, Vanessa Torres, and our friend Maria Torres. And we sat down and we were discussing, and we were talking about me being from Chicago. Mary and I had kind of the same background. And we started thinking like, well, maybe I could help them. Maybe I could come and do something. My schedule was all over the place, and it just so happened that it worked out. And, you know, it's just really important for me to support places like this and to let people know how important places like this are, how important funding for places like this are, because like I said, if it weren't for places like that, or the Latino Chicago Theater, or any of these things, you know, where would a little Puerto Rican girl like me that grew up in the hood find art?
Yeah.
And I really mean that. Where would I have found art? So these places are essential so that people can live their dreams. And somebody had asked me earlier, do they have to be stars? Do they have to be actors? No, but you know what's great when you work with centers like this is it gives you like some sort of confidence. So even if you don't go into the arts, you kind of feel great. You can talk to somebody, you know, you can stand on a stage and have presence, and it helps in so many ways.
Yeah,
So
confidence is a big part of life.
Confidence, girl.
No matter what you do, Okay, I want to talk a little bit about some of the cool things that you're doing. I mentioned One Day at a Time and Netflix renewed for a third season.
Yes.
Which is huge, right?
It's amazing. Renewed for a third season. And let me tell you, we had a lot of people campaigning for us to be renewed.
Justina and the show are Emmy contenders.
Yes.
For the 70th Emmy Awards.
Yes, we're contenders right now.
But that's okay. I
we're
have a good feeling.
contenders. We're going to put it out into the universe. We're contenders, but there will be nominations.
That's huge, though.
This is huge. I mean, there's a big Emmy push, and I think it's well deserved.
Also, Hollywood Reporter's critics' favorite TV performance, Penelope Alvarez, which is
how amazing is that?
I know.
It's great.
That's got to be such a great feeling for you.
It's a great feeling because I feel like, you know, I've had an incredible career. It's been very blessed. A lot of ebbs and flows because that's what it's like. But this is like the perfect acting cocktail. And I am literally the greatest character I've ever had thus far in my life. And it's fantastic. It's exciting.
What do you want to do from here on out? So you've got this great role, and then I'm sure there's other things that you want to be a part of and other roles that you'd like to play. I guess, is there anything down the line that's coming up that you want to share with us?
Well, I mean, I don't have anything solid down the line. You know, everything changes constantly, but I do want to get into producing. A very dear friend of mine, a wonderful actress. So we're we're in the process of trying to find a writer to write a movie that we're very excited about. We figure that we've been doing this long enough and we know how to do this. And I really want to move into producing. I really want to be able to give people opportunities like me. You know, I really want to nurture those kind of things, and I'd love to do a romantic comedy. I don't think we see enough Latinas in or Latinos in romantic comedies. Gina Rodriguez is actually doing one right now for Netflix. So it would be great to do those kind of roles. As opposed to the roles that sometimes they give us a lot. You know, that's changing though. It's
That's changing, and that was going to be my next question to
Mm-hmm.
you. I mean, through the years, definitely in the past, I don't know, I want to say decade, that's been a lot of talk. Like, how do we change the roles that Latinos play? Because we're such an important part of America and the growth of the U.S.
Yeah.
And so how do we change that and change those stereotypes through movies, right?
We change that, first of all, by supporting what's out there. Like right now, we have Jane the Virgin, One Day at a Time. We have Queen of the South. We have a new show on Stars called Vida that Tanya Saracho, who is from Chicago, has launched. We changed by supporting those shows, and also the people making those shows changing the Latino narrative that's been put out there. If we just write everybody as people, and yes, specificity really works. I mean, we're a Cuban-American family on One Day at a Time, so we do have specificity, but the bottom line is it's a universal story that anybody can relate to. So if we keep continuing to make content like that, and we all have to support that content, and that's how things are going to change.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much. One last thing. What's your favorite thing about Chicago? You got to name one thing.
Oh my God, you're kidding me? Italian beefs.
Oh, all right.
All day long, girl.
That took her no time. That took her no time. Justina
Exactly.
Machado, thank you so much.